Hi YouTube souls, it's Corvus and this is the review for Letters from the Devil's Forest by Robin Artisson. I apologize in advance for the shadowy environment. I'm in my bedroom and I barely have light here, but I wanted to do this review and I'm going back to Madrid tomorrow, so I wanted to do this. I don't want this big fatty book to be in my baggage. So, Letters from the Devil's Forest is the first printed material that I read on Traditional Witchcraft, and its subtitle is an anthology of writings on Traditional Witchcraft, Spiritual Ecology, and Provenance Traditionalism. Provenance Traditionalism is how Robin Artisson calls his own tradition, his way of practicing. And it's a collection of articles and letters that he wrote for people or to himself regarding traditional witchcraft and spirituality. The thing is that this book is very interesting and I have almost nothing to compare it with because I have read about traditional witchcraft, but mainly in articles and websites. This is the first, as I said, the first printed material. And I have The God of the Witches by Margaret Murray, but I am not liking it quite much. So I think I will postpone the reading of that book until I finish the other jewel that I found. I have it there. I will take it. And what is this? Probably you don't know it by the cover because it's the hardback cover. But this is Traditional Witchcraft, a book of Cornish ways by Jem McGarry. And I have only read the preface and the introduction, the first chapter, but I'm liking it quite much. But this one was very useful as well. A very good introduction despite being a little bit boring in some parts, because when he starts to speak about his vision, his spiritual vision of the world, sometimes it is interesting and you agree with it, but I already have my spirituality, sometimes quite the opposite to his, and it starts to get boring, if not annoying, if he gets way too intense to dismiss others people's viewpoints. But I agree with him on a lot of things, and I really like his vision of animism. His animism is very primal, very ancient. I don't know what happened. Suddenly appeared some layers scrolling down in the mobile phone. I don't know if it will appear in the video, but let's get to the point because I only have 3 minutes more to explain this. His vision of animism is it agrees with mine in many points because it's very primal, very ancient. It's not spirits inhabiting things, things are spirits. And I like that vision, it's quite similar to mine. There are some articles that are very useful with some formulas, spells. The red mill, I loved the red mill, they're referring to the underworld and its king and queen. The ways that he relates to the landscape, it's something that I also like a lot. But yeah, I don't know, I have mixed feelings. There are things that I enjoyed a lot and things that I would have liked to skip. But it's really a very interesting reading, and I started reading The God of the Witches by Margaret Murray, and I discovered why he's called Robin Artisson. I knew that it was a nickname, but I didn't know that it came from folklore and traditional witchcraft. I had no idea. I knew about Robin Goodfellow and his relationship with the devil itself, or the folkloric devil, as European traditional witches call him. but I didn't know about Robin Artisson. Robin Artisson, the character, not Robin Artisson, the writer. But I'm running out of time, so this is a recommended reading if you haven't read it. And for the mark, I will mark it so far with a 7 out of 10, which is a pretty good mark. But I think he could do it better. There's something that it really annoys me about his way of speaking, and I will explain very quickly. And is that he cannot say usual words that are culturally tied to a certain culture. I think he tried to reach a widespread audience, and he must say things like "he who indwells in the breath wind of the universe." But despite that, it's a very good read, very interesting. So thanks for watching, guys. Any comments, thoughts, requests, you can put it in the comments below. Like if you like the video, dislike if not, and if you want to know more about my views on traditional witchcraft, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye.